Live. Folks, I'm excited to bring you a pre recorded show of our guest tonight. And I'm so glad to have y'all here. Our guest, Miss Francesca Gray. I'm going to go ahead and start that up, and I will be back in just a few minutes. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Here we go. Here's the lovely Miss Francesca Gray coming to you right after this video.
All it takes is a little compassion. We can start off no chain reaction. Yeah, give a little love is love away. Bring a smile somebody's day. 'Cause you never know what they're going through. A kind word may be all it takes. So let the sun shine through the gray. No, it really ain't that hard to do. 'Cause you never know. You might just leave a piece of heaven behind you when you give his love away. So give a little love is love now, no matter how small you feel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Carolyn's Corner Live. I am so excited to have you all with us today. And I did say this evening, but technically it is this morning because we are pre recording this show to bring you an incredibly talented, beautiful young lady by the name of Miss Francesca Gray. Hello, Miss Francesca. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Caroline. Lovely to be here. Thank you for having me.
You are
I'm
so
early
welcome.
in the morning.
It is, and it's so weird to be doing the show in the morning, but we because there is a time difference, you are all the way in Scotland, I believe, correct?
I am. I'm in Clickmannonshire. Try and say that, Caroline. Clickmannonshire.
Boy,
So
that's a
I,
tongue twister.
yeah, we just call it Clacks. I mean, we've got all sorts of weird and wonderful names in Scotland. So, but yeah, so I'm here. Well, it's not so sunny today, but yeah. But thank you for getting up so early, as I say, and talking to me. It's lovely.
Oh,
to
no problem at all. I'm glad we
Like,
could accommodate you. We have another guest, Jim Aitken. He is in Kilmarnock. Have you ever heard of that?
yes,
That's where
Kilmarnock.
he's in.
Out, I think it's out Glasgow way, so that's a wee bit away from me. It's about maybe about an hour away. I have no geographical, direction sense whatsoever, but I know it's out that way. So, and I'm
Oh,
quite
okay.
to know that it's out that way.
Right. I'm the same way. I say if you tell me north, south,
I'm
east, or
not.
west, I'm gonna get lost.
I'm like, I mean, I even get lost in my sat nav. So,
Yes, me too. Oh my God. It's
yeah,
not just me.
no direction whatsoever.
Absolutely. Well,
This is
Francesca, why don't we start off this morning by you telling us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so hi guys, thanks for tuning in. I am Francesca Gray, Little Songbird. I obviously live in Scotland. I'm a singer-songwriter. I have 2 releases out at the moment. I'm working on an album, working on lots of exciting things. I'm a mum of 2. So it's a very busy household in between singing and all the rest of it. So that's me in a nutshell.
Very exciting. Yeah, you're doing some great things out there. I love it. You got 2 releases and you're working on that album. I am so excited for you. I know you're making waves over there. And I am excited. The odds of having you here in Texas, for us getting to meet you is just incredible. And I want to give a big shout out to Marie McConahie for making
Yeah.
that happen because she contacted you and said, "Hey, you need to come on Carolyn's Corner." She's such a great supporter and friend.
Yeah.
I'm
She's
so grateful.
lovely. She's so nice because she comments, like I said when we had a wee chat there, that she comments on all my posts and she shares and she obviously introduced me to yourself. So yeah, it's great to be here. It's quite surreal talking to Texas.
I know it's so weird. You know, you might not ever travel to Texas, but you're here virtually.
Oh, I might. I'm hoping that I'm going to get in that jet plane and just shoot off.
Oh my
Because I
gosh.
actually know a guy. Now, I don't know how big Texas is. I'm sure it's massive. As I say, I have no sense of time or space or anything. But
Yeah.
I know a guy over there. He's called Dan Johnson.
Uh-huh.
And he's a musician. He's incredible. I should put you on to him, actually. I'll just
Yes,
pin.
absolutely. I always tell all the guests, or I try to remember to tell them, if you know of anyone you think would be a good fit, send them our way. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
he's
Please,
incredible.
please do that.
He's an
Oh,
incredible writer, so I shall pass that on later.
wow. So
Yeah.
you do you play any instruments? I was curious about that.
So I play the piano. I'm
Nice.
self-taught. So my mum did get me piano lessons at school, but I was so impatient that I wanted just to learn. So I sort of play by ear. Not very well, I might add, but the music and the rhythm is in there, and that's where my piano is just to the back of me here. And so I write all my songs or get the basics of my songs on that piano. So
Oh, well,
yeah,
that's huge.
yeah, it's good. I mean, I love it. I mean, as I say, I don't play very well, but I do try. And
Well, I bet, Francesca, I bet compared to me, you play great because I have a keyboard and it looks at me, and I've tried to learn the guitar. I don't know. I'm a
uh,
lyricist. I love to write
yeah, me
songs,
too.
but
See, that's more important to me than. I mean, I'll probably get shouted at for saying that, but it's more important to me than the melody.
right.
Is the because you need to connect, and that's what I do. That's what I do best. So,
Yes,
yeah,
I agree with that. I was listening to your songs and they really do connect. And I'll let everyone hear this first song and let them judge for themselves because I was just so impressed at the heartfelt lyrics. I mean, I
thank
love it
you.
because I love a lyric that will really that everyone can relate to, and
Yeah,
all of us have been at this point and sometime at one point in our life we've been to these places their song talks about, I think, because it's just a passage of life. I think we all go through ups and downs and the same types of things, and we talk about it every week on our show that just
yeah.
hold on because you're just going through that, just hold on, it's going to get better you
I
know
think that's what kind of shapes us as people, and that's why I write the way that I do because I connect on so many levels. But I'm an empath, so I when I'm in touch with people and when I connect with people, I feel them very, very deeply. So
yes,
I very much write about what I feel. It's not always self-reflective what I write, but a lot of the songs are, and the ones that are coming out are. But yeah, I'm glad that you took that out of that. Well, you would because you're a lyricist. So
yes
uh,
ma'am, yes
yeah,
ma'am, and I just thought I thought they were really, really great. So
thank you.
let's go ahead and start with, let me see, I can't even read it. Oh my gosh. Echoes That Remain. Echoes
Yeah,
That Remain. And I love that title. It's a very cool title. Tell us a little bit
yeah.
about this song.
So
The
I
premise and
yeah, I wrote this song. I actually wrote this song in about 10 minutes.
wow.
Uh, I my one of my best friends was going through a very tough, kind of toxic relationship, which I spoke with her on a regular basis. I watched her go through quite a physical relationship, but she was almost addicted, to this relationship and to
Yes.
this man. And I think this was why I called it the echoes that remain, because although you break free, the remnants of that hurt and that damage that has been done in a relationship remains through the rest of your life.
Yes.
And that's what echoes is about. You go back to that place, but you don't ever want to go back to that place, but it's still inside you. That heart is still there, and that's what the song is about. So
Absolutely. Wow, that's really nice. I like that.
yeah,
And I like the fact that you wrote it for your friend because, like I
yeah,
said, so many, I think it's even more true with women. So many of us women go through situations like that, and you can talk to your blue in the face, that saying says, that
yeah.
saying goes, hey, don't do this, don't do that.
Or
But it
red in the face doesn't mean
red in the face, yeah.
yeah.
And sometimes they're just not going to listen because you have to go
No,
through it yourself, and that's true. That is so true.
yeah,
I'm
and I think
I'm very
I think
familiar with
we can
that.
all take something from it, because we've all been in relationships that have done some sort of damage. But
Yes.
I think the thing is that we learn to love and open our heart again and move forward. And that's what we do as women, as people in general. We get up, we fight, and we look for that love again, and it comes.
It does. It does. Eventually it does. It sure
Yes.
does. Absolutely. Okay, I know everybody's going to love this song. Y'all listen closely because I want to see if you detect what I detected and what I spoke to Francesca about. This is
Yeah.
Echoes That Remain. And honey, if you would just go ahead and mute your mic
Okay.
while this is playing. Mine mutes automatically, and you're going to love this song. I don't want to put thoughts in your head, but I'm confident you're going to like this song. Here is Francesca Gray and Echoes That Remain.
Sometimes I think of you sitting there. I can taste the scent of you everywhere. Your baby blues staring back at me. Only I can see that you are like my drug, pulsing through my veins. And when we touched, you bled me dry, and all I felt was pain, because I knew that you were weak to carry on your game. And now all that's left of my heart are the echoes that remain. So I take myself to the place where we would sit, and I'd fold into your embrace. Your kisses burned a fire inside of me. Only I can see that you are like my drug, and pulsing through my veins. And when we touched, you bled me dry, and all I felt was pain, because I knew that you were weak to carry on your game. And now all that's left of my heart are the echoes that remain. You think I'm strong, but I am weak whenever you speak. And when I give more than you can take, that's when you say I was your mistake. You're pulsing through my veins, and when we touched, you bled me dry. All I felt was pain,
Oh my goodness, Francesca, that was beautiful.
It's a great song. So I might add, actually, it's co-written with one of my producers. So Les Key. I met Les a few years ago, and he had some music, and he came to me and he said, "Fran, can you do something with this?" And then that's what I got. So yeah, it's a beautiful song. It's very powerful. It makes me quite
It
emotional,
is.
actually, because I connect so much with what I just told you prior to you playing it. And it's somebody from your past being very much a present. you know so I'm glad you
Absolutely.
played it. So thank you for playing that.
Wow, you are so welcome. It is beautiful, and your voice is absolutely stunning. I mean,
Thank you.
really, gosh. My
It does
sister
well
walked
in the
through the
chart.
room. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
it does.
sister walked through the room and said, "Wow." And I said, "I know," while it was playing. Yeah, excellent. Oh my
Thank
goodness. I can see why you're going moving forward with your music. You've got what it takes. You really, really do.
you.
Gosh, it's beautiful.
It's taken me a long time to kind of get there, because I'm not very confident, or I haven't been very confident in the
Right.
past. So when I started coming out professionally, and then I started writing, it's very difficult as a songwriter. I don't know if you maybe can relate to this. I presume you can. That it's very difficult to put yourself out there, because you're at the scrutiny of every single person who's listening,
That's true.
and I'm very self-critical. So I'm like, oh, they're going to like it, they're not going to like it. But I've had such a massive response to this song. It's really a blessing, that I've been given this gift of voice.
Absolutely. And you're right on that. It is a gift. And not only can you write the words, but you can deliver them with such feeling and
Thank
emotions.
you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
I'm blown away by your voice, Francesca. Beautiful. I mean, beautiful. And those words, excellent. I mean, I love that song. It's so beautiful. I'm going to go back and listen to it some more because
Thank
it's
you.
just so, oh gosh, it's almost like a ghostly. It's got such a beautiful feel. It's just, oh, powerful, powerful.
I think I think you're right, because when I write and when Les gives me his music, because we're collaborated on Hear Me as well, and we're going to collaborate going forward. But it's almost got that kind of haunting sort of feeling, and I wanted to portray that in my music. Um,
Wow, that's interesting because that's what I heard, but I didn't
yeah,
know that you were trying. Wow, that's beautiful. I mean, yeah,
that's
I hear it. It's almost like because when I first started listening to it, Echoes That Remain, I thought it was speaking of someone that had passed
no,
on. And then
yeah,
yeah, I really did because it has that oh gosh, that's a beautiful sound. It gave me goosebumps when I heard it. And that's a good sign on a song. That's a
yeah. I
very
know
good.
that's what I go. I go the goosebump test. I go the
Yes,
goosey, and you've got to
absolutely.
getting that hook right away, as a singer. And when you've got your audience. I performed it, um, I think it was at the start of the year, and it's the first time I've sort of properly done it live. I've done it before, but I done it live, and then it was such an amazing feeling, because I looked out to the audience, and people were singing my own song back to me. And I thought, if I'd never experienced anything ever in my life again,
Yes.
that will be it. I felt like it was a long concert. I was like in a big arena, and I was like, God,
Yes.
it's just
I
had.
can imagine that would have to be one of the highlights of a songwriter's life. I've never had that happen, but I can just imagine. You wish that
Yeah,
somebody that they
yeah,
would connect to it so much to where they would, oh my
yeah.
gosh. Wow.
Oh, because I don't like upsetting people, but I understood why they were crying, because the song is beautiful,
Yes.
and it packs it packs a punch. So Les and I worked really hard on that. And then we released it, obviously, because I got signed to label in Nashville, MC1. So I signed a couple of years ago, but my contract is at an end now. But the two releases are through them and Sony Orchard. And so it went to charts, and I got chart position 13 for Echoes.
Wow. That's pretty
So
good, isn't it?
Dolly Parton was like away below me, and I thought, what's happening here? I'm not taking anything away from Dolly Parton, and I'm not saying I'm even in
Hey,
the
but
stratosphere, but to see your name on a chart with Dolly Parton is quite
that's
incredible.
incredible. So you
Yeah,
did sign a label out of Nashville, huh?
yeah. So what had happened was Les and I wrote this song,
Uh-huh.
obviously, And I know of a friend who actually lives in Nashville, and well, an acquaintance more than anything. And he's been out there for years. So his family put me in touch with him, and he's like, "Oh, this is my label." So I thought, no cheek, no chance.
Yes.
And I emailed him. I says, "Look, I've got a song. Would you like to hear it?" And yeah, send it over. So blah blah blah. Long story short, the president of the company literally phoned me within 5 minutes saying, "Look, can we have a chat?" And within 5 minutes of that, my mum was sitting on the sofa. We were dog sitting, of all things. And my mum was sitting on the sofa, and she said, "I want to sign you." And I went, "What?" And then that was it. I just went like pure
Oh my
Scottish mental,
gosh.
like, I was like, totally crazy. And I thought, I can't believe this would ever imagine, I never imagined, because I stepped away a long time ago to have my family,
Yes.
and then I come back and here I am, and
Oh my
I can't
gosh.
even imagine. So I stemmed on to other things that I'll tell you about in a wee while. Sorry if I'm waffling.
No,
Uh,
it's I cannot even imagine. I mean, to me, like the highlights of your life, I'm because you have children, you get your kids, and that's like a highlight of
yeah,
your life.
they're
But
my
I
focus.
cannot even imagine to have that phone call, friend. And the
Yeah,
thing is, and we were talking about this before we started recording, that even though you're from Scotland and you have a beautiful Scottish accent, you cannot detect it when you're singing. In fact, you have that twang
yeah,
sound as if, and I just think that's so incredible. And that
yeah.
was not trained. Did you, as soon as you started
Oh,
singing, did you
see,
start
I
singing like
grew
that?
up on I grew up on country music, so my mum always had country music. So I was always
Oh,
like Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers, all the old classics.
yes.
Marie McBride is one of my massive idols. Um, but I
Wow.
also love the big divas as well. So I sort of try to infuse that with my music, because I've
Wow.
got a powerful voice.
Yes, you do.
I've got this country twang. Uh,
Yeah.
it just comes naturally. It's not put on. That's my voice. But I really can sort of sing any kind of genre. It's just
Oh
that
my
you always
gosh.
you hear that twang.
Yes,
There's
and I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh.
so
That is exciting. So you don't have to try, it just comes natural. It's from all
yeah,
that it's in
uh,
your brain from all that.
yeah. It's just like it just flows through the force. It's just,
Wow, that is so exciting, Francesca.
um,
So the next song that we have, and you have 2 releases right now, is
yeah.
called "Hear Me." Why don't you tell me a little bit about this song?
So I used to, when I had a fallout with my mum, or as teenagers do, because I've
Yes.
been writing since I was about 13 or 14. I always loved poetry,
Okay.
hence the songwriting. So there is a place in Stirling where I grew up, and it's got an old brig. It's where the Battle of Stirling Bridge was. So I would take myself down by the water, and I would always have my book and my pen, and I would write, and I would, because we weren't very well off. We were quite poor, but my mum gave us, a great life, But I
Yes.
always wanted something more, so I would go to this, and this is me writing my life here, So this is me going back to my 14-year-old self and saying, I'm putting my pen to paper now. I'm transpiring to be a mum, and I'm sitting after the school run watching the telly, bored at my nut, going, is there something more for me? I'm like, why won't you hear me? Just listen to me.
Oh,
Before am I running out of time here? Because I'm
yes.
getting older, but I still feel that there's that magic inside me, and I want somebody to hear me, and hear me they did. So that's what stemmed from that. So
Oh,
it's a journey. It's a total journey, and you know that with the lyrics when you hear it.
absolutely.
And I
Wow,
was
I could just
here
picture it.
to
Yeah,
lead
like, "Are
way.
you still listening? Do you hear me? Here I
Yeah,
am." You know what? Yeah, you're right on that, Francesca. It's like you wanna be used for the gifts that you've been given and, and right?
well,
I mean, it's like
thing, and I feel God gave me this talent, and
absolutely.
how much of a waste would it be if I wasn't using it, and
That's
I
so
and I
true.
encourage my children to use their talents, because if you've got the music inside you, you've got the passion, any passion, it doesn't
Yes.
need to be just for music. You've got to want better from yourself, and it doesn't matter what background you come from. We're all special and unique, and we have to push And my mother always taught me to fight for what I want. And that's what this song's doing. It's going, come on, you know.
Wow. I
Um,
love that, Francesca. I've been saying that for a long time. It's like we
thank
have to use, we all have special gifts and it's up to us to
you. Yeah,
use them. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, that's so great. I love
yeah.
that. So let's
Thanks.
go ahead and go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, on you go, darling. I'm
Okay.
just waffling to myself.
Oh, it's okay. I love that. That is beautiful, Francesca. It really is. So let's go ahead and play Hear Me. And now that I know the premise behind it, and I'm going to love it even more. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here is Francesca Gray, Hear Me. Here we go.
Going back when I was young, I walked to the place down by the river's edge, and it's there I would trace the markings of my heart, innocent and sweet, praying someday you'd hear my voice and give me sweet release. Never knowing which path to take, but I build my hopes along the way. Now help me to believe, 'cause I can't catch my breath. Show am I meant for something more than this old routine, where I drop the kids at school and I stare at the TV screen? Am I running out of time? Keep chasing stars. I try to catch the moon, but I only get so far. Never knowing which path to take, but I build my hopes along the way. Now help me to believe, 'cause I can't catch my breath. Show me, guide me. When my blue skies fade to gray, I look to you to light the way. Help me to believe, 'cause I can't catch my breath. Hear me.
Oh
There
my
you go.
goodness, Francesca. You are so talented. That is beautiful.
Oh, thank
Oh
you.
gosh,
I can't
so
take all
beautiful.
the credit, of course, but I mean, without Leslie's music, I mean, he is a magician when it comes to music. He's playing all the instruments, you see. He's
Wow.
playing instruments, and he is doing some backing vocals. You hear the male coming through,
Goodness, yes.
and the echoes as well. So, but he's been such a positive driving force in my life the last few years, and I really couldn't do it without him. I probably could, but I don't want to.
You don't
you know,
want to. Well, I'm a
because he
big
brings such a
believer.
great, you know.
Absolutely. And I'm a big believer that God sends people into our paths. He knows who we're going to meet, when we're going to meet them. And
Yeah.
obviously, this was your guy. He knew. He's like, just hold off. Just hold off. I hear you. Just hold on. I'm getting it all fixed up.
It's really funny because I actually done some backing vocals for his band that he's in just now. They're amazing as well. And they're a rock band. And so I went in with my friend to do some backing vocals. But I tend to always step back, you know, like I'm never one for putting myself forward.
Right.
And it wasn't till kind of my friend had left that I sort of came out, and then I released a little song that I was writing at home on my piano. I just played it my honky tonk. That's what I call it, my honky tonk, because it was so out of tune, but it sounded amazing. I don't know why. And it was called If You Were Mine, and that's a beautiful song. I must send you that. And so anyway, he came to me and he says, Fran, he's like, wow, I didn't know you could write. I didn't know you could. And I was like, yeah. And he says, do you want to, you know, look at this? And as I say, the rest is history. So because everything stopped when the pandemic kicked in,
Yes.
you know, I just got myself out gigging, because prior to that, I wasn't gigging. I was just doing backing vocals for an Elvis tribute, which I love as well.
Nice.
So he's amazing as well. So I didn't push myself forward, but it was him that said, look, you need to be out there. You know, he says, what are you doing? And then that's it. So COVID was very positive for me in that sort of respect.
You know what? I've talked to so many people that's exactly true. That they didn't do it until COVID, because they've had the time to do it and they realized their dreams. I've talked to so many people like that. I didn't even sing until COVID, or I didn't write until COVID. I've had several people. I wrote the whole album during COVID, you know? I mean, in a way.
Let's go back to the drawing board, and then they put me on this live page called Jim the Jannies, and I was honestly, see the difference from my first live to now. I mean, it's incomparable, you know. It's quite something, and it's great to see my progress, because I've grown as a person and I've grown a bit more confident, although I'm feeling a bit kind of subdued just now because I'm a bit nervous. But, you know, I think nerves is a good thing because I channel that in a positive way. So it has been really positive for me, and it allowed me to get back to the piano. It allowed me to get back to who I was as a person.
Yes.
You know, not just mum, you know, not just daughter, not just everything else.
Absolutely, because you have to have your own identity. I mean, you have your own gifts that you can contribute to the world.
You lose yourself as a parent, you know, because you forget who you are. You've got these labels: sister, you know, wife, you know, blah blah blah, mum, you know, and you're like, who am I? Where am I again?
Who am I really? Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Very well said. That is so true. That is so true. I tell you what, Francesca, if you don't mind, we need to take a break real quick. I'm going to go ahead and get a few words in from our wonderful sponsors for helping us bring you this show. So I have a great company that, well, actually, it's an ex-relative of mine, but I consider him still a relative. 3M Real Property Solutions with Jerry Mergel and my son, and they've been gracious enough to sponsor the show. And then I have another great sponsor. Let me go ahead and play their quick ads, okay, honey? Okay, we'll be right back. Do you have a home that you can no longer afford? The mortgage is just too much to keep up with. Or maybe the bank is threatening foreclosure and you don't know what else to do. Or maybe you have a home that you've been trying to sell with no luck. Then you need 3M Real Property Solutions. They specialize in pre-foreclosures and foreclosures, but can help with so many other issues. When it comes to your home, they've got a solution for you, serving the entire coastal bend. Just give them a call at 361-533-1413, and they'll be happy to go over all the solutions available to you. Again, that's 361-533-1413, and tell them it's Carolyn's Corner sent you. Make sure you write this number down and give them a call. Again, that's 3M Real Property Solutions, 361-533-1413. They've got the solution. Thank you so much to 3M Real Property Solutions. We appreciate your sponsorship. And we just recently acquired another sponsor. They are also the sponsor on our radio show, as is 3M Real Property Solutions. This is Room for Dessert here in Beeville, Texas. What a great family. I just think the world of them. I talk about them all the time because they're so kind and just great people. If you get a chance, go and see them. Here's a little ad from Room for Dessert. Thank you again, Christina, for your sponsorship. Here we go.
Are you hungry for something fresh and delicious? At Room for Dessert, we have over 40 lunch or dinner items, including overflowing sausage dogs, scrumptious sandwiches, loaded baked potatoes, smothered tots, and a fun kids menu. Don't forget to save room for dessert because we carry several varieties of Bluebell ice cream, freshly baked cookies, cupcakes, and sweet treats, plus 9 flavors of cotton candy made right before your eyes. Dine in or carry out, Tuesday through Saturday, downtown at 210 North St. Mary's.
All right.
My.
Yeah.
Makes me hungry.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. Great. Just what I need is more desserts. But they are so
Exactly.
good. They have so many delicious items over there. And thank you to Christina and her lovely family for sponsoring us. I really, really appreciate it.
I went to the pleasure going to Nashville last year with my mum. I've never hardly been out the country, and went to stay with friends and my other producer over there. And I wasn't really interested in the food. It was more the dessert. So I went to the supermarket and I literally walked in and the cakes were everywhere. I thought, that's my favourite thing. And I thought, Francesca. And I'm half Italian as well. So yeah. So I liked my grub. So I was right in at the cakes. And every time I would come home to the apartment and I had this trough load of cakes. I would send myself in a diabetic coma,
Yes, absolutely. What's your favorite flavor?
Oh, and I'm plain Jane. I'm just I like vanilla. I like
vanilla, yeah.
I'm just vanilla and raspberry jam or something.
Oh man.
I'm not I like red velvet as well. I love that. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. That's the best of both worlds. Now you're making me want some red velvet cake.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm not looking at for desserts, of course.
Well, what is next for Francesca Gray? You said you're working on an album, right? Or you're starting to work on an album? Okay.
No, the album is complete. It has taken myself, Les, and my producer in Nashville, who is Alan Shacklock. Now he was introduced to me through a mutual friend in Nashville, and he's incredible. He's a composer. He is a producer. He worked at Abbey Road Studios in London for 25 years. He produced Meatloaf's first album. He produced, he worked with Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber. He's worked with the greats. He's produced a lot of people, and here he is producing this little songbird. So we come together, and now this isn't an originals album. This is actually a covers album that I'm doing.
Okay.
So I was kind of reluctant to do that initially because I am a songwriter.
Right.
But Alan's thinking on this was that we need to let the industry know how versatile I am as a singer and a performer. So I picked 10 songs that I love, that I relate to, and paid tribute to a couple of people. And he put the full Philharmonic orchestra on these tracks.
Oh my gosh!
So the orchestra, he's orchestrated the whole. So basically, one of the songs is called "The Chain" by Fleetwood Mac, but it's not the chain as you've heard it. It's still the same melody, but it's got that wee bit of Alan magic. And but it's the first time we've done it transatlantically. So and Alan has so. We recorded it in studio here, and then we send it to Alan, and then he does his magic. So,
my God,
a labour of love, an absolute labour of love, and I have been pushed to my limits with these songs, but it's great because that's what their job is, to push me, because I would sing a song how I felt it, but he's like, no, you need to sing it with this, and
Oh my gosh. And Francesca, the fact that they realize that you are just a diamond, and they know, oh my gosh, I think that is I'm so happy for you, Francesca. I really am.
It's funny because I'm quite self-deprecating, and as I say, I don't have a lot of self-belief at times, but I thought to myself, well, this man wouldn't be working with us, if he didn't. I mean, look at all these names that he's produced, and he sees something in me that sometimes I don't see myself.
Yes.
but I'm quite a humble person, so
I can tell that. I can see them, and that's
to get
good.
experiences is quite something else to me. So I'm really excited. We do have a video shoot I've got a video shoot and a photo shoot coming up,
Oh
hopefully in
my
the next month.
goodness.
So we're going to release one song off the album just now, and it's a little Elvis classic with a twist. There's a little surprise. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can't wait till it comes out. Now I'm wondering
Yeah.
what song it could be. I know you don't want to tell me. It's a
Yeah, I
surprise.
can't. It's a surprise.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be sure to send it to you when.
Yes, please,
Okay.
please do. When it's released, send it to me. Oh
So,
my
because
gosh.
obviously you specialize in speaking to songwriters and things, but it'd be nice to keep in touch and let you know.
Absolutely. I was going to say, please, please do. And by the way, on Monday, we do a little radio show here in Texas. If with your permission, I'd love to play both of your songs on the radio on Monday, along with the other guests from Wednesday. Would that be okay?
That would be amazing. That would be such a great bit of exposure for me. So I really do appreciate that.
You're so welcome. And I'll
it's-
send you the website and all that so you can tune in and listen to it. I mean, it's not a very big station, but we do
Doesn't
stream
matter.
live. We stream live all over. You can stream it live from anywhere. So,
Yeah.
and we will be doing Facebook Live and YouTube Live at the same time. So you can see
Yeah.
us live and so forth. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited for people to hear you.
People say, oh, it's just a small station, but these small stations give people like me a voice,
Yes.
because without you guys and without the support and the promotion, we're nothing. We're just a face on the end of a video,
Absolutely.
or on Spotify or something like that. It's I'm really appreciative because I've had quite a lot of airplay here from local stations, and it's very surreal to hear your voice, especially something you've wrote on radio. So
Yeah, it's just different, isn't it, when you hear it on the radio?
Yeah. Like, oh, that's me.
Oh my gosh, that is so
I
great.
think that-
Yeah, we're fortunate enough to do a little radio show. I don't own the station or anything. That would be something. But the owner, Fred Marone, he is such a great guy. And I missed last week because of having some health issues. But this week I will be there. I will be there.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to play your songs. I'll be playing them in the order. So you'll probably be last. No offense, but I'll give you an idea on what time. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know what? We're going to go ahead and do something a little different here, Francesca, because I mentioned to you that we had another gentleman from Scotland. His name is Jim Aitken, Aitken. So I was going to play his songs last night. He had a couple of new releases, but we ran out of time because it was a good show, but we had 5 different guests on there, so it was a little chaotic. I'm just going to put his name up here real quick so people can see it. So this is how you spell his name. I want to make sure that y'all look him up. He's a great guy too, Francesca. I know you'll like him. And it's funny. I know he's from a completely different part of Scotland, but I thought, you know what, since I'm doing this show and we're pre-recording it, let's go ahead and play his songs. Yeah, he's got some great songs, and he was on our show when we first started, and gosh, we were so grateful. We were so grateful. So I want to go ahead and pull up his songs, if you don't mind, Jessica, and let our audience hear them. And we will be playing his songs on the radio as well. I felt bad that I missed his songs, but I said, you know what? I'm going to record a show tomorrow. We'll just do them then, so.
Yeah.
And I made sure and messaged him and told him. So he's got, this is just 2 videos. The first one is called One Night Stand.
Okay.
And let's play it real quick for you and the audience. And he is from Kilmarnock. Is that how you say it? Kilmarnock.
Yeah,
I had to Google it because I wasn't sure how to say it. So this is called One Night Stand. And he's got Kimberly Dunn featured on here as the vocalist.
Okay.
And he's a great songwriter. Here we go. Here is One Night Stand.
He stood out from the other boys. I danced him for a dare, so my friends could see. Out of reach, untouchable, completely unaware. He was was my destiny. We just lost control. Never had the band. Knew I danced my last one night stand. Love's more precious than the poses. Sheltering from the wind and rain. He showers me with roses. I want to be with him again. Walking out by moonlight, something in the air. We didn't feel the chill. Lost in each other's eyes, could be anywhere. Kissed as time stood still. We just lost control. Future had been planned. I can see his ring on my hand. Love's more precious than the roses. Sheltering from the wind and rain. He showers me with roses. I want to be with him again. That start flew straight through my heart. I've never felt such perfect pain. I long to feel that pain again. We just lost control. Now I understand why I danced my last one night stand. Danced my last one night stand. Love's more precious than the poses. Sheltering from the wind and rain. He showers me with roses. I want to be with him again. But I danced my last one night stand. Danced my last one night stand. I can see his ring on my hand. Knew I danced my last one night stand.
All right, that was Jim Aiken, written by Jim Aiken, featuring Kimberly Dunn. My last one night stand. Actually, that is called One Night Stand. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So I have one more song from Jim I want to get to real quick. Francesca, thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it.
Right, and the music.
I know, it's beautiful. So beautiful. Your hair looks beautiful like that too. So the next one is called My Last. That was One Night Stand. This is My Last Farewell. And I know Jim will come back and watch this later. Jim, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your beautiful music with us.
It's
Here
gorgeous.
is, yes, I know it's beautiful, isn't it? This is, make sure I got the right one, My Last Farewell. Let me get that in here.
She's got a beautiful voice, that girl.
She does, doesn't she? I know. I was listening. I was like, oh my gosh. Very powerful. Very powerful. Okay, here we go. This is My Last Farewell by Jim Aitken. And this one, I believe, is also featuring Holly Dunn. Here we go.
first time.
Sorry, it is featuring Tim Peterson. Let's try that again. You're going to hear that and go, that is not a female, featuring Tim Peterson. I wanted to make sure that was clear. Here we go. Let's try it again. Here we go.
I remember the first time I played on a stage. As green in fear I walked on. The restless crowd begged for their heroes to play, but I introed and shared my best song. My trusty friend played and the knowing crowd swayed, as if every chord cast a spell. I dreamed of gracing the Opry one day, where I'd encore my last farewell. I've worshipped the sun, wished on the moon, searched for that card high and wild. Been high and been low, it's a lonely road. Life is a carousel, sharing my last farewell. Grew up around the Bakersfield sound, legends like Hank and Merle, Nashville and Knoxville, Tennessee, rocked me in their cradle. Blessed with the tools, I ignored all the rules. Knew I had something to sell. The seeds I had sown all fell on stone. Was close to my last farewell. I've worshipped the sun, wished on the moon, searched for that card high and wild. Been high and been low, it's a lonely road. Life is a carousel, sharing my last farewell. Prayer, I met someone rare who gave me a son and a daughter. Said bye to the days of my wilden ways. Now I live the way I oughta. My end of the line was the Opry last time, grand old Citadel. My trusty friend played and the knowing crowd swayed, as we encored my last farewell. I've worshipped the sun, wished on the moon, searched for that card high and wild. Been high and been low, it's a lonely road. Life is a carousel, singing my last farewell. Life is a carousel, singing my last farewell.
All right. So those last two songs you heard were from the incredible Mr. Jim Aitken. That one was sung by Tim Peterson, and the other one was, forgot her name already.
Kira Dunn.
Thank you. I have the worst memory. I really do. Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, Jim. I appreciate you, and I will
Yeah, that was
absolutely be
great.
playing your songs on Monday on the radio show. So, I want to put your name up here, Francesca, just
Yeah.
so they can make sure they're spelling it right. Tell everyone that's watching and listening where they can find your music and all about you.
Yeah, so you can join my Facebook page. I have a little Facebook page I set up a couple of years ago, Francesca Gray, Little Songbird.
Okay.
So you will find live videos in there. You'll find some recordings of cover songs. I've done some country songs because I'm a country girl at heart.
Yes.
And yeah, so you know, I'm very open. You'll get to know all about me on that page. There's no holes barred on that page. You can also find me on YouTube, just under Francesca Gray, no little songbird this time. Amazon, iTunes, Spotify. If you've got, do you have Spotify? I don't know. Do the Americans have Spotify? I presume
We
you
do
do.
have Spotify. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you'll find me on Spotify under my artist name, which is Francesca Gray, and hopefully you'll find a new release in there in the next month or so.
How
So yes.
exciting.
So
Oh
yeah,
my gosh, you've got so many exciting things that are coming. I'm so excited for you, Francesca. I really
you.
am. So y'all
Thank
make
you.
sure and check her out on Facebook, YouTube, and
Yeah.
all of the music streaming platforms. It's Francesca. Take that off the screen so I can see you a little better. Francesca, I'm super excited at all of the things that you've got coming up. I
Yeah.
know, I mean, you're already making a big impact, and I know you're just going to continue to do that. I see big in your future. I mean, it's already taking off.
You're very
Um,
kind. Thank you.
you're so welcome. I mean, you are so beautifully talented.
Well,
You
thank
really
you.
are. I mean, and I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad that you have the opportunity now to share your gifts with us, with the world, because you're going to make a huge impact, and your songs are going to touch people all over the world, and they're already touching people here in Texas and those that are
Well,
going to be viewing this show. I really believe that. Keep
thank you.
writing like you're doing. Keep doing those songs that are
Yeah.
heartfelt. To me, it's all about the lyrics. That's what I believe, and I know you do too.
Yeah, I do. I know Les and I have this little confab because I was like, "What do you think of the lyrics?" And he's like, you know, he doesn't actually listen to the lyrics much because he's a music man, you know,
Yes,
so he's
yes,
very, very melodic, very melody orientated, which I
right.
am to a point. But yeah, no, it's
Yes,
all in the baby. That's what gets you in the gut, you know, it gets you to
absolutely.
feel. So,
Absolutely. I
like my
mean,
mum,
you want it to have a good melody, but to me, I like a song with a good story. And you always want your fun songs too. You got to have some fun songs thrown in there.
yeah,
It may not even have any deep meaning, but I like those songs that really touch you, that really hit you, like
yeah.
you said, hit you in the gut. And I hope you
I
keep. Go ahead.
I can't I can't write a fast song. It's really ridiculous, but I tend to write better when I feel miserable, you know. So, which
Me
probably
too.
must sound like most of the time. I'm actually quite an upbeat person, but no, that's when I write my best, you know, when I feel and so I go to Les and I'm like, I've got this idea, and you know, and then we try and write something fast, and he can write rock songs, you know,
Yeah,
for his band, but when it comes to like myself, it's like we're really kind of, you know, it's hard because my label call me the Scottish Adele. That's what they call me.
oh,
A
wow.
massive, and I don't claim to be anywhere in the same stratosphere.
I don't
But
know.
it's a massive compliment.
It
And
is.
I think that my writing style is very similar because
Yes,
she displays her heart out for everybody to see.
she
But
really does.
I think that's a good thing. It's a vulnerable thing as well. It's anybody can sing a song, you know, but you've got to save someone's life when you're singing that song. You know, it's that kind of feeling.
That is true. That is excellent. That's the way
Yeah,
I love the
yeah,
way you put that. And you know what? I'm the same way. It's hard for me to write happy songs. I wrote a
yeah,
joking song one time. I've never, just as a joke, really. But it's the first
yeah.
line is it's hard to write a country song when you're happy because it's true.
Exactly.
It's
It is
really
because
hard.
I know that's what my son's into heavy metal, so he's into all his metal music, but which is quite strange because when he sings, he sounds like Johnny Cash, you know. But he does all this kind of grungy stuff, and I can hear him like growling. He's like, "Rrr," and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like,
Yeah,
"Well, it's better than the country song, Mum." He says, "Oh, my dog died, and my dad left me at 5." You know, but that's just what they are, but that's why I
absolutely.
music because that is what tells the story. That makes people connect. You
Yes.
know,
And
it's
I
like
know
drinking
that
cup of coffee, you feel it going right down the throat, and you're like, oh, that's just warmed me right up.
Yes, absolutely. And I just know that you're going to continue to do that. And
Thank
I
you.
know we're going to hear big things from you. I'm so excited for you, and
Thank
I'm
you,
glad that
Carolyn.
we're on this journey with you. And I want to say welcome to Carolyn's Corner family.
Thank you.
Really, thank you. And I want to encourage you to
That.
keep sending me those new releases so we can share them. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that, absolutely. And thank you for your support, and thank you to Marie again for
Yes. Yes,
and
I know she is such a great supporter of music. She's just such a great supporter of people in general.
she
And
is, she's
we love her.
there's
Yeah,
yeah.
we
So
love her. Thank you so much, Marie. I know she'll be watching this tomorrow or tonight, I should say.
yeah,
So
and have one like
I know, I know. Francesca, it's been an honor. It's been an honor to have you on, and
a pleasure.
I wish you nothing but the most possible success. And I know I'm going to be hearing big things. I can't wait. I'm excited for you because
Thank you.
I can just see a few years from now seeing you on the Grand Ole Opry, and it could happen.
Oh, I wish
Can
that's
you
a dream.
imagine? It could happen. It could happen. Why not?
Yeah.
You've got everything you need to make that happen. Just don't
My
quit believing
my
in yourself.
my
Yeah.
mom is like my biggest supporter, so like she raised us on her own, and the three of us, and she's like, it's your time, like every time
Yes.
she's like, visualize, manifest, and I'm like,
Yes.
every day I visualize, and I think somebody's going to hear me, it just takes that one song, doesn't
It
it?
does. It does. Well, look at it. You've already signed a deal. You already got
Yeah,
a great producer. You've already got a
yeah,
great partners
but
that
yeah,
are helping you. So you're well on your way. So just keep going to
yeah,
that direction. I'm so proud of you, Francesca. I think it's so
I feel like
exciting.
I feel successful in my own anyway with my children. That's my biggest
Yes.
success in my life. So
Amen. Yeah,
yeah, so
if you succeed on
if
that,
I do
you're doing good.
that right and I raise them properly, then I'm halfway there. So the rest is just
Absolutely.
a bonus. So, but it's
Absolutely.
lovely. Yeah, thank you for having me.
You are
Um,
so welcome. And like I said, please keep in touch, okay? And I'll be playing your
well,
songs on Monday. I'll try to send you a message and let you know, hey, about what time we're going to be. There's no way to give you the
yeah,
exact time. But
no,
it's been an honor. It's been a privilege and it's been fun
thank,
too. Thank you so much,
yeah, thank
Francesca.
you. Well, you take
Thank
care.
you. You too. Thank you. And thank y'all for tuning in to Carolyn's Corner Live. God bless you. And remember, try to be kind. Even if it's a little act of kindness, it goes a long way. Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Love you guys and
Thank
gals. Thank you, Francesca. Bye bye.
you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. That was the pre recorded show we did this morning with the incredible Miss Francesca Gray. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed filming it. I hope you all have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and share to get this out there. God bless you, and we will talk to you all next week, or actually Monday. We'll look forward to seeing y'all on Monday. Have a great night. God bless you. Bye bye.